Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with the second topic in the breakfast show. We're discussing now the participation of Egypt for the first time in the largest religious exhibition in Italy, with the Path of the Holy Family and its journey after Egypt have revived this path. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Dr. Adel, Gendy, historian and researcher, and the one responsible for reviving the Path of the Holy Family and for monitoring the whole path. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Well, Dr. Gendy, could you give us an idea first, before we talk about the Path of the Holy Family, could you give us an idea about the importance of the exhibition in Italy in which Egypt have participated?
This is one of our efforts to promote the trail in Egypt, of course, to share in the international fairs. One of these international fairs that conducted in Italy, and there is a different international fairs also. Egypt shared by the Holy Family Trail new products like the B-Tour in Spain and also in ITV Berlin, and we are planning also to share in the all international fairs by the new products, the new tourist products, the Holy Family Trail in Egypt. This is a very important action to launch this national trail, these national assets to the international community. So after we revived and we rehabilitate all the trails, now this is the time to promote that trail to the international tourists. And one of these actions is to share in the international fair. So this is a very important action. And by the way, this is not the first. I guess this is the third one. Before we shared with Vatican, and also we shared before in Spain at Santiago de Compostela. So I think this is the third action to promote that trail to the international tourists.
Yes, so Dr. Gendy, how was the promoting or exhibiting the Path of the Holy Family? Give us an idea, how was the booth or the things displayed in this exhibition? What kind of pictures or what?
No, in fact, we produced several promotion materials. For example, we are presenting some brochures for the Holy Family Trails in 7 languages for the targeted markets: Spain, Spanish, and English, German, Arabic, of course, and all these Latin American countries' languages have been included in these languages. And also, we are producing some commercial for the Holy Family and virtual reality application. This is a new technology to motivate the international tourists to come to Egypt to see the reality itself. So we are producing several promotional materials like this.
Yes, so this exhibition is going to result in promoting for the Path of the Holy Family in Egypt after the state have revived this or restored this path. And also, could it help in promoting tourism in Egypt in general?
Yes, of course. This is, in fact, we are promoting Egypt. We are promoting everything in Egypt by any new product. By this, the Holy Family Trails, like the beach tourism, like cultural tourism. When we promote these kind of tourist products, we are promoting Egypt itself. Particularly this trail, by the way, we are promoting Egypt as the land of peace. We are promoting Egypt as this is the land where received all the prophets, and this is the land where all the cultures have been melted in. So you can come to Egypt, enjoy the lifestyle, the Egyptian lifestyle, and peacefully you can gain a new experience, a new tourist experience. So when we promote the Holy Family Trail, we are promoting all the tourism in Egypt. And by the way, there is an important, special importance for this trail. This trail, we are breaking the phenomena of the tourism seasonality, because any pilgrim, any tourist can come to visit this trail in any time of the year, not in only in the winter like any other tourist promotion.
Yes.
And also this is increase in national income, of course. We are targeting a very special tourists, which is elders and disabled. These segments, by the way, have a high expenditure and length of stay is more than any other tourist.
Yes, Dr. Gendy, you've just mentioned the importance of this exhibition and also reviving of the path of the Holy Family, and the message behind this renovation, as we are sending a message to the world that Egypt is the land of peace and is a land which is safe and secured since the path of the Holy Family and until now. So this is a very important thing for the tourists to know in order to flow with large numbers to Egypt. Actually, I would like to ask you, Dr. Gendy, about putting the path of the Holy Family on the list or registering it on the list of the UNESCO and the importance of this.
Yes, of course, we managed successfully and alhamdulillah to launch this new product on the list of the UNESCO on the intangible resources, because there are two kinds of UNESCO lists. One is the tangible assets and the other is the intangible assets. We are working now to launch a new place along the Holy Family Trail as a tangible assets. We are in the final stage, but we managed successfully to launch it as intangible assets on the UNESCO. This is a very important, because why it is an importance? The new tourist now is well educated and well known tourist. He can use the international internet. So when he search on some spiritual trail, so he enter on the international network, on the UNESCO websites, and to select one of them. So when you find Egypt are allocated on one of the intangible assets for the UNESCO, so this is a very good or an excellent advantage to be selected for the tourist. So he takes the decision to visit this trail as a pilgrim, for example. And
Yes,
also when you find,
yes,
when you
please.
find it, launching this new trail on the intangible assets means that we are reflecting the culture was practiced since the Holy Family entered Egypt more than 2,000 years from now until now. So that's proof also that Egypt can reserve and maintain the culture, its cultures, and also Egypt are, proud of these cultures and keep practicing it until now, the Egyptian population, I mean.
Yes, Dr. Gendy, we'd like to learn more about the efforts that were exerted by the state in order to revive the path of the Holy Family.
We nowadays we have finished almost the most of the trails, so I can say more than 98%. Only some refurbishments remains on Asyut, but Asyut is ready also to receive the pilgrims or the visitors to this trail. So we almost finished all the trails, and it is now ready for that. We are sharing in the international series like the one in Italy and Rome and so. So now we are ready by the all trails to be launched as one spiritual, and we consider it, the longest all over the world in one country. There are several spiritual trails all over the world, but this is the longest in one country. The Holy Family Trail is more than 3,500 kilometers, passed by 25 stop points. So no trails all over the world like this trail.
Yes, Dr. Gendy, also there was a site that was launched, a website that was launched in 7 languages concerning to be a trail for the path of the Holy Family. Could you give us an idea about this, please?
Of course, one of our efforts, by the way, is not only to revive or not only to renovate these stop points, but also to mobilize the community and the NGOs also to be a part of a partner with the national efforts. So we encourage one of the NGO. This NGO launches a new technological application, which is the virtual reality. This virtual reality is a sort of motivation to be presented to the tourists with 7 languages. Why 7 languages? Because the government make marketing research, and we find that we have 7 targeted markets, which is Latin American countries, Spain, and East European, English and French, and some African countries also with English and French, and the long-haul countries like China, Korea, and Japan, and Indonesia. By these 7 languages, these NGOs produced a new application, as I mentioned, which is a virtual reality, and also we produced a book, promotional book with 7 languages, where the tourist or the pilgrim can read more about the trails, and it will make a motivation for him to come to visit maybe the trail as a whole or part of the trails, because the trail is very long. It takes more than 21 days to visit it as a whole. But we scattered it into options. We can visit 2 sites or 3 sites or 5 sites whenever you have a time for that. This is also making a motivation to come again the next year to complete his pilgrimage. So we are encouraging the tourists to come, visit 2 or 3 stop points, and the next year you can come to complete your pilgrimage to Egypt. So this is, an action, promotional action or marketing action for the repetition of the visit.
Yes, also there were several stops and stations where the Holy Family have stopped in Egypt. So during the path, tell us about the renovation and the most important stops and stations that the Holy Family have stayed in Egypt, and with the state renovating these sites, and also the development work that took place around this station.
Yeah, of course, it is known, or historically and religiously, it is known that the Holy Family entered Egypt from the northeast side at Rafah, exactly, and then passed by 5 stop points until they arrived to El Farama. El Farama is eastward side by about 30 kilometers, where there is one of the only 5 churches in circle shape over there, and then they pass to El Delta, passed by 3 points. One of them are Saka, in Kafr Sheikh Governorate, where the footprint of Jesus has been found there, and also in Samanod, and a lot of stories have been talking about Samanod and the journey to Samanod, and then passed by Talbasta in Sharqiyya, where we find a lot of historical temple. All the statues have been demolished and broken down. And also, many stories have been told about this entry to Talbasta, and then passed by Cairo, in northeast Cairo at Shagarat Mariam, the very Marjan tree. This is famous for Egyptian, and Mustarad, and then continue and pass to western desert at Wadi Matron, pass by 4 main monasteries. It's Amba Bishoy, Soriana, Baramos, and Amba Ma'ar, and then come again on Maadi, where they cross the Nile from the western bank to the eastern bank. In Maadi, on the surface of the water, we found that the Holy Book opened on the very famous says, sorry, blessed be Egypt by my people. And then they continued the trip until they arrived to historic Cairo at the religious complex, where we'll find the church complex and Gama Amr, or the Amr Mosque, and the synagogue. And then continue the trip again to Upper Egypt, and pass by El Mania, where Jabal al-Tir. It's very nice place, have a unique scenery on the Nile River and the rural life of El Mania. And then continue to mid of Egypt, exactly at Asyut. Asyut, they will find the monastery of El Maharra and the monastery of Trunka. Then they come back again to north of Bethlehem, where in Nasara. So this is the top point, by the way. What is the main action to be taken to revive or to enhance these places? Mainly, we provided the accessibility, tourist accessibility. Some of these places, no one can arrive, no one can reach it. It's very difficult. So we established a new road, safe and provided by signposts, traffic signposts, and information signposts. We provided the needed services for the tourists to provide a comfortable experience, like toilets and so on.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Adel Gendy, the General Manager of the International Relations and Strategic Planning, and the one responsible for reviving the path of the Holy Family. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of this episode of our program, The Breakfast Show. I was in the company of my colleague Nermeen Abdurrahman. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.